What is good, my people, my peeps? How are you guys doing this afternoon? I wanted to tap in with you all to have a quick discussion. Well, it may be quick. I'm gonna try. Okay. Let's talk about AI. Hey, Joseph. Um, let's talk about AI, Memphis, and melanin. Okay, yeah, we got to get into it. AI, Memphis, and Melanin. Thank you for the thumbs up as you're entering into the building. I appreciate it. So this conversation is going to be interesting. Blessings Forever Studios. How are you doing? This is gonna be very interesting, and I might have to eat humble pie. Have you ever ate humble pie before? The taste is not that great, but sometimes you have to eat humble pie. So I have to eat humble pie because of what I've learned about AI, okay? And I have to, say, hey, Ringo might have been right about that doggone AI and books, okay? Because y'all, I don't know if you guys recall when I said I'm gonna get AI to write my book, and this, we all, let me not say we all, but I have always wanted to write a book, and I had said, well, hey, AI, I didn't even know AI was writing books, but hey, we might have to put a halt on the AI. Okay, we might have to put a halt on the AI and writing the books. Okay, so we're gonna get into it. Let's while I get my stuff queued up, y'all just jam a little bit with me. Wake up if you ain't up. Hello, welcome into the building. Martin, because you play too much. I need serious moderators. You be up in here trolling while moderating. That's what happened to us. But we still good. But you be playing too much. You supposed to be deleting other people's stuff and you in here playing. All right, y'all good? Y'all warmed up for this conversation? Okay, so let me get over to tick to the top. Get my stuff. Uh-oh. Hold on, y'all. Before I do all that, I'm going to check the audio. Hello. Give me a minute to just do some housekeeping, and let me check the audio really quick. So, yeah, oh my gosh. AI, no. I'm gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way if I want my book written. I'm gonna have to hire a ghostwriter, because I'm not a writer for a book for an author. No, that's not me. I have my talents lie elsewhere, producing things of that nature. But yeah, this is gonna be an interesting conversation. So y'all hold on tight. Things of that nature, but alrighty. All right, so where am I from? I'm from the great state of Texas. Where are you from? Cleveland. Is that Cleveland? Child, I'm horrible with names, and I don't have no glasses on, so y'all, hey, bear with me if I mess your name up. Okay, so where do we begin? AI is very interesting. I mean, we've been dealing with like a milder version of AI, because if you have smartphones, things of that nature, you've been tapped in a little bit to AI, right? And you know, they put the spell correction in and all this. This is like baby steps getting you used to, getting dumber and dumber, because that's how I feel. Like, we used to know phone numbers back in the day. I mean, we would go out and we would know our friends' phone numbers, our home phone, off the rip, off the dome, right? Nowadays, baby, you might halfway remember your own cell phone because of smartphones, smart technology. And so these are like little baby steps getting us ready for the big deal, with the AI supercomputers, the smart computers, right? The motherboard of computers, the AI motherboard, right? And I've had my doubts and my worries about and my concerns about AI, and especially with, sometimes when you call for, you might have to call the phone company or whatever to take care of a dispute or whatever, to ask for an extension. Umar Johnson. Side note, let me tell you how to call the companies, the electric company and the phone company and whoever you need to call and say, yes, I'm calling for an extension. Well, look, this is how my pay is set up. Okay, my pay is set up this way, so I would need an extension. Omar out here begging for money. And ain't nothing wrong with out here. If you need help, you ask for help. But to be on that kind of status, this is a side note. We're going to get to the conversation. Y'all just come on in, hit the thumbs up as you come in, or double tap the screen, please. Thank you in advance. So, yeah, Umar Johnson out here asking his followers for, he said something happened with his bank account. Somebody froze his bank account or messing with his, I understand, because I've had to jump through hurdles, but hey, I ain't worried about my bank account. Cause the way the things are going for me in my life, I know it's the Most High y'all got me. I know He got me, y'all. Because that's why I want to write a book. Because if you just knew the ins and out of my life, you'd be like, how is you walking on sunshine? Because I am, baby, because I got the Most High Yah in my life. And sitting here, I wake up like the birds, honey. It says the birds don't even worry about where their next meal come from, because Most High got them. That's how y'all need to be out here too. Y'all get stressed out, worried about this bill, that bill. Omar, calling people and say, yeah, I need an extension, okay? So I got on Umar because sometimes you have to hear that computer or the automated service. I cannot stand the automated service. I'm sorry. They probably recording me right now, and like you. I can't stand it, y'all. You talk and you say, yes, I like to know my balance. How can we help you today? I understand full sentences. I like to know my balance. How can I help you today? Hold on. How can I help you today? I like to know my representative. I just get frustrated. I be like, representative, So that's part of AI too, right? That's part of AI. And so look, you can say get them thumbs up for every studio. Say, yeah, get the thumbs up. So that's part of AI. Get the likes, double tap. Thank you, Forever Studios. So that's part of AI. That's the baby steps. That's gradually getting you used to talking to something robotic, something that is not in our heads, not really sentient, not alive, right? But AI is sentient. Okay, so we're gonna get into the motherboard. Do y'all know where the big motherboard is gonna be? I want to see what y'all be doing out here when y'all out at work, on lunch break, or just home chilling. Do y'all just consume content that has no substance, or do you look at content with substance? And I'm gonna test the audience right now. Where do you think the big motherboard of computers is being built? Hello. Oh, hey, Martin, you back? Where do y'all think the big motherboard? Come on now. I know y'all not just out here just scrolling, not picking up some knowledge of what's going on in the world. Because I'm really big on current affairs. I'm really big on understanding of myself. And I am really big on the Most High Yah, God in my life, okay? So nobody knows. Wow, you said wow, Martin, and then you took it away. Okay, let me help y'all. Has anybody heard of Elon Musk before? Put a 9 in the chat if you've heard of Elon Musk. I mean, come on, that has to be a name you've heard of, right? Have you heard of Elon Musk? And I'm just gonna, before we get started, I'm gonna give y'all time to put y'all 9 down. If you don't have be shy around here. Y'all can come out the clouds. I see about 20 of y'all out there. Thank you, Forever Studios. I'm going to let y'all know why I use a 9. I'm going to let y'all. A lot of people use a 1, right? The 1 is the beginning, but I know what time we're in, and we are in the end times. Don't be scared. Boo. Don't be scared. We are in the time of change. We are in Aquarius. Yes, this is the dawning. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that song? Of the age of Aquarius. That's a song back in the 70s. That's a new time, more information, okay? So I'm going to let y'all hear this and understand why I put a 9. Thank you, Martin. Hey, August.
The number 9 holds deep symbolic meaning within biblical numerology, which signifies divine completeness and finality. The number 9 represents finality and completeness in the decimal system, symbolizing a culmination of cycles or periods. And judgment, which explores the association of the number 9 with, particularly in the context of the 9th plague of darkness on Egypt, Exodus 10:21-29, and what this signifies about God's ultimate authority and justice. Next is fruits of the Spirit. Reflect on the 9 fruits of the Spirit listed in Galatians 5:22-23. Day of Atonement. On how does this day symbolize a complete and final atonement for sins? Prayer and sacrifice. Consider the importance of the 9th hour, 3 p.m., in the context of Jesus' death, Mark 15:34-37. Why is this hour significant for prayer and reflection on Jesus' sacrifice? Generational completeness. Examine the significance of the 9 generations from Adam to Noah and Noah to Abraham. Truth and manifestation. Discuss how the number 9 is associated with bringing truth to light and the manifestation of God's will on earth, as it is a multiplier of 3, 3x3, a number of divine perfection.
Okay, so that is the reason why I use a 9. So when I ask you, thank you for those thumbs up. When I ask you to put a 9 in the chat, that is my reasoning for putting a 9. I'm not just picking some random number out of the sky. Okay, guys? Okay, so, oh my goodness. Elon Musk. We're talking about AI today. We're talking about Elon and his supercomputer, the motherboard of it all, and where he's putting that motherboard in Memphis. Memphis. What are the significance of those choices when Memphis, when you think about it, is one of the poorest states, you know, but it has the highest crime rate. Also, hello, welcome in. It has the highest crime rate. But it's full of black folks, you know what I'm saying? It's full of so-called African Americans. But what I know it's full of a mixture of Israelites. And we know that the Israelites are the ones you might think are worth nothing. But honey, melanin is worth more than gold alone. And not just any melanin, because everyone has melanin. There's a certain type of melanin that only folks that look like me, are a little lighter than me, are Carmel, you know, or look like August. August, you look like you're a little Carmel sister. Folks like us, we possess neuromelanin. Woo-wee. Worth more than gold. Your phones that you're looking at me through and I'm looking at and talking to you through, melanin is in that. That's right. That's right. So we're going to get into why did Elon pick Memphis? Because his machine, the motherboard, the AI motherboard needs melanin. I want to let you sit with that for a minute. I'm going to let you sit with that and think about that. The motherboard needs melanin, not just any melanin. Like I said, every being on this planet possesses melanin, but us as melanated people, we possess the darker hue, the ones you know as African Americans, um, uh, even anybody from the diaspora, we possess neuromelanin. Now, the difference between neuromelanin, and I'm going to give you my kindergarten version of my understanding, but I also do have the reports, and we will go to the reports so that you can understand how important black folks are. And when we say this place will crumble without us, we do mean it. We are the builders, and they cannot build. Well, Elon, he can't build his super motherboard computer without us. But it is a sinister plot and twist to why he is in Memphis. Not just the natural energy that we radiate from us by simply being around us. I have always said when I enter a room, the atmosphere could change, honey, and people just turn and look. But that is if you're vibrating on a high frequency, and if you're trying to be connected to the Most High Yah, because it's time to make a change. We're trying to get up out of here. We're trying to exit the building. But they're going to try to hold us here, y'all. Oh, yeah. They're going to try to hold us here. Didn't Pharaoh, he didn't want to let the people go? He didn't want to let the people go, right? And so like I said, it depends on what you look at when you're perusing the internet streets. I look at a lot of different information, and some people have equated what is here in America to actually being like Egypt and Africa. Because, you know, there's only one place in the world that you can find gopher wood, and it's here in America. Y'all know why the importance of gopher wood would be? That is what the ark was made out of. It's not found anywhere else in the world besides America, okay? So some people are charting the map, and they're looking at the Grand Canyon and why we're forbidden to go in certain parts of the Grand Canyon, because some people have said, look, you can cross into Africa through the Grand Canyon. Okay, there's Egyptian artifacts and things of that nature in the Grand Canyon. So a lot of people are trying to say, something ain't right. Something seems off, because why is gopher wood only here? We know that there's a second Exodus. So did we learn about, it's almost like a dream illusion. Are we learning from the Bible what we're going to get ready to go through again? But actually it was here. They're saying the Red Sea was between California and I don't know what's that rip in between California and the States. So a lot of comparisons are being made from the Bible and what we know as over there in Israel and all that, the Middle East, which is all Africa. No such thing as the Middle East, right? We all know that by now, right? They just did that to make you think it's something different. It's all Africa. Okay, so what Elon Musk knows and what he's equating and why he wants to bring the motherboard here, because he wants to bring God here through his motherboard AI machine. But he needs something so very important. He needs black folks. He needs neuromelanin. So, you know, I did a lot of talking. Try to get a little quick intro to it. And so we're going to jump right into it. Y'all ready? Buckle up and hold on tight. Let's get the evidence. Let's hear about, you know, I don't want to just toot my own horn, but toot. Let's get some more backup. And it's not coming from my people. This is coming from, he looks to be Italian from his looks. Let's hear what he has to say.
Is a war against humanity. Melanin isn't pigment, it's the processor. It's the molecule that translates solar energy into life. Plants have it, animals have it, humans need it. Black people have the highest concentration of it, which means black people don't just live on Earth, they translate it. They are not just a race, they are the root species. Black isn't a color, it's the motherboard. Every other group, adaptations, mutations, and mistakes. This isn't supremacy. This is truth. Black people didn't come from Africa. Africa came from black people. The war against black genetics is a war against humanity. Melanin isn't pigment. It's the processor. It's the molecule that translates solar energy into life. Plants have it, animals have it, humans need it. Black people have the highest concentration of it, which means black people don't just live on Earth, they translate it. They are not just a race, they are the root species. Black isn't a color, it's the motherboard. Every other group, adaptations, mutations, and mistakes. This isn't supremacy, this is truth. Black people didn't come from Africa. Africa came from black people.
So I wanted y'all to hear that twice. Uno, dos, okay? Thank you, Sister Queen. Hello, sis. I'm a Ringo viewer. I like your hair, girl. Thank you. Yes, and I had to eat humble pie because Ringo had said this incorporates him talking about AI. You know, I even think Brainwave said AI is wicked. I always had that feeling that AI was wicked, but I'm ready to put out a book. And Ringo was like, no, he didn't talk directly to me now, don't get it twisted, but he was saying how people are writing AI books, or AI is writing people's books and don't do it. I was almost on the edge. I had to eat humble pie, baby, because because when y'all find out what's going on in Memphis, and you heard another brother man from another mother, okay, he was saying how important melanin is, but it's not just melanin, because everyone possesses melanin, but black people, melanated people from the diaspora, from America, from Jamaica, from everywhere, I mean India, they're not considered black people, but they possess a higher quality of melanin. And melanin is like I don't even want to show y'all my poor little plant, but it needs water. But let me see. Hold on, my poor baby. I need to water her. Okay, she's weak, y'all. So y'all see this plant? She need help. Look at her. She's like thirsty. She wilting, but she's still alive, right? You see this green, beautiful foliage, right? This is chlorophyll, right, up in these leaves, which is causing the green. Our melanin, which causes the color that we are, right? Because we possess a richer form of it, but the richer form of it is not simply in our skin. It comes from our brain. Did you know that? That's right. The neuromelanin is like the photosynthesis that this plant would do from the sun. The sun draws in, beams down us. We are like the plants. We are like the avatars on the planet. Y'all remember that movie Avatar? We take in the sun. Our genes and our melanin processes it, but it turns it into melanin from the process of going into our skin. And once it reaches our brain, the melanin is the photosynthesis that has occurred has turned it into a dark melanin substance called neuromelanin. And we are the only peoples on the planet that can do this. Are y'all following me? Y'all not following me. Keep up. I'm trying to break it down. Y'all keep up, okay? So, like I said before, people are saying, comparing different things that have happened, or they're finding out different things here in America. And, Elon Musk was sitting back and said, I want to put my mother AI machine in Memphis, Tennessee. Is Memphis, Tennessee? Memphis. But he needs to, and he didn't get no permission. There wasn't no board meetings. He just plopped that bad boy right down in Memphis and the black folks' neighborhood. Yeah, in the black folks' neighborhood, right? No permission. But he said he wants to put it in Memphis because Memphis was the capital in Egypt. I'll let y'all hear him. Let's go to the report.
You said something that caught me right away when we were discussing
various issues just before we started. You said you were up till 4 in the morning?
Yeah,
So,
actually, more like 5 in the morning. But
Okay.
we got the XAI data center, or supercomputer center, training from beginning installation to start training in 19 days, which is the fastest that anyone has ever gotten a supercomputer to train.
And is that in that new building off to the side?
That's in Memphis, actually.
It's in Memphis?
Yeah.
Oh, so that's where you were?
Yeah.
I see.
Memphis, the capital of ancient Egypt.
Right. Yeah, you're bringing what?
Perhaps that's where our new God will come from.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Yeah, I wish that was fun.
He said, that's where the new God will come from. Did y'all catch that? Yeah, Memphis, Tennessee. Memphis, where it was the capital of Egypt. And he said, that's where the new God will come from. This is a interview with Elon Musk. Tennessee, Memphis, Tennessee. I thought I was saying it wrong. Let's replay that. Y'all put your listening ears on.
Right. Yeah, you're bringing what?
Perhaps that's where our new God will come from.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Yeah, I wish that was funny. Yeah, okay, so I want to talk to you about alignment.
That was funny.
Yeah, right. You said something that caught me right away when we were discussing various issues just before we started. You said you were up till 4 in the morning?
Yeah,
So-
actually, more like 5 in the morning. But
Okay.
we got the XAI data center, or supercomputer center, training from beginning installation to start training in 19 days, which is the fastest that anyone has ever gotten a supercomputer to train.
And is that in that new building off to the side?
That's in Memphis, actually.
It's in Memphis?
Yeah.
Oh, so that's where you were?
Yeah.
I see.
Memphis, the capital of ancient Egypt.
Right. Yeah, you're bringing what?
Perhaps that's where our new God will come from.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Yeah, I wish that was funny. Yeah, okay, so I want to talk to you about alignment.
So I'm glad the host picked up on that. He said, oh, I wish that was funny. Elon ain't joking. They have been, let me tell you what these diabolical beings have been doing. They have been looking for the God gene. They have been looking for it with that dog CERN machine. They got about 4 or 5 CERNs, y'all. Don't get it twisted. CERN, they don't just have one CERN. They have 4 or 5 CERNs, okay? They've been collapsing atoms and trying to find the God gene, okay? But these people know what they're doing. They know what they're trying to do, and they just speeding up the process, okay? Speeding up the process. Thank you. Welcome in. Okay, so y'all heard? That's why Elon Musk wants to put he already started building a plant without even considering the people's opinion in Memphis, Tennessee, in the black neighborhood, right? But the machine can't work, it can't function. I don't know if y'all know this by now, but black folks, the more melanin y'all possess, the richer y'all really are. Melanin is worth more than gold alone, okay? Now, folks coming up missing, I did a report, and I need y'all to follow me because I am a thinker, but everything comes together, okay? Everything. So when I say buckle up and hold on tight, I mean that, because you're going to be on a roller coaster. We're going to be moving, and I need your brain to be clicking, okay? I need y'all to keep up now. I dropped a report about what took place in North Carolina with a truck driver, right? And how this job mobbing took effect in North Carolina, and how it was a group of white tea people who ganged up on an African American. If y'all haven't seen the full video, because I did drop it this morning, it will be in my shorts, so you can go in my shorts and check it out, get the full report. Okay, so I mean, they came back with pew-pews, pistols, and they were very aggressive. They even turned his whole work truck over, one of them big semi trucks, okay, 4-wheeler semi trucks. They went and got their bulldozers and turned it over for no apparent reason at all. The man had got there early, so I don't know if y'all caught that report. The black man had even got there early. They were so mad, they told him, one of the guys came out first, told him, no, he's gonna have to wait. Matter of fact, go to the back of the line and wait there. And he was like, well, I gotta go to the back of the line. I got here early. No, so he wound up going to the back of the line, came through, and they still were aggressive. They job mobbed him and turned his vehicle over. Y'all check that out. And I'm telling you this for a reason. I'm telling you that don't get laxed out here, because there is still a war on. And I cannot have you being lollygagging and not being on point. Okay? You need to stay alert. You need to stay ready. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. Okay, so I brought that up. So let's go to this report.
The truth about neuromelanin.
Oh, not yet. Not yet. Hold on. I hope I saved it. Oh my gosh. Hold on, y'all. Did I save it? Y'all give me a minute. Okay, yeah, I did. I got it. So there are black semi-truck drivers that are disappearing. Okay, guys? So we have one guy, a black truck driver, that disappeared, and he was in Memphis, Tennessee. That was his last known location. Let's get to the report.
All my African American truck drivers, just truck drivers, period. I need you guys to be careful. There was a truck driver named Eric Darnell that was making a cross-country delivery, and his load was based in Alabama. His family last heard from him when he was in Memphis. They say that he just vanished. So all I'm saying is this, man. You guys need to keep something with you. If something doesn't seem right, something seems off, I'm gonna need you guys to listen to your gut. They said his GPS tracker just went off, and it was on a highway, I-40. That's where his truck was found. So you guys just be careful out there, man. Make sure you be aware of your surroundings at all times. All my African American.
Okay. So I played that because, like I said, I was telling you guys about the truck driver that got accosted in North Carolina. But this has been happening. I was not aware that truck drivers, African American truck drivers, are coming up missing. Okay, they're not putting this on the radar at all. But I'm gonna put it on now. Okay, I'm gonna let you know what's popping. Okay, but what caught my attention with this particular one is he came up missing in Memphis. He came up missing in Memphis. No radar, no GPS, no nothing. Just hit Memphis and boom, ghost. No longer to be seen. Neuromelanin. Let's remember that. You know, this is allegedly. I'm a puzzle. You know, I like to put puzzle pieces together. Okay, that's why I need you to follow me now. Okay, black truck drivers missing. This particular one missing in Memphis, Tennessee. Let's get to the neuromelanin, because I keep telling y'all, but y'all ain't feeling me. Y'all not feeling me because I don't see no more thumbs up. If you can go ahead, double tap the screen, I'd appreciate it. Let's hear about this neuromelanin and how it's worth more than gold. I'm going to give y'all 2 examples of what I'm talking about.
The truth about neuromelanin. Neuromelanin is not the melanin found in your skin pigment. That's actually eumelanin. Neuromelanin, like the Most High Chief Babaji teaches us, is actually the melanin that is found in your brain and inside of your nervous system. They like to teach us on Google and show us on Google that neuromelanin is the pigment that gives your nervous system the color. But no, that's not the truth. You're not going to really find too much information about neuromelanin online. My chief has given us irrefutable information that shows us that Your melanin, the melanin that you have inside of your brain, is actually synonymous to your astrological program. The type or quality of melanin that you have in your brain, earth energy or water energy, is actually going to allow you to be more in tune or connected to the universe. Why? The reason being is because melanin is a super semiconductor. A super semiconductor is anything or a substance that's able to transmit forms of light, right? Heat, sound, electricity. We are electrical beings, and a conductor is an antenna. So we have melanin inside of our brain and nervous system. That makes human beings antennas or conductors for light, for consciousness, for energy. And you study.
For what? You are a neuroconductor for light, for energy, the brain power, a conductor. Do you know anything about computers? I kept saying the motherboard, the motherboard, the motherboard, and Elon Musk. And what do they need when you're building a supercomputer AI that just is going to be so powerful, just thinks on its own? You need a powerful conductor. Who possesses this powerful conductor? This is not, I need you really to think with your analytical mind. Okay? So this is not about being racist. This is about facts. This is about biology. This is about the Most High Yah and his people. And why Elon wants to be the new Pharaoh. You heard me. Because he plopped his motherboard AI machine in the heart of black folks, Memphis, Tennessee. A black truck driver went missing, poop, soon as he hit Tennessee. What do they need to get this motherboard, a neuroconductor, to get this machine, the new God, from what Elon, that's not my words, that's Elon Musk's word. The new God is going to come from Memphis, Tennessee. They need the neuromelanin. Y'all don't get it yet. I see you don't get it. Come on, let's get some more information.
Yesterday I made a video talking about how big tech is going to need melanin to upgrade their AI into AGI. And not just any melanin, not like synthetic melanin or not melanin that's grown in the lab. They are going to need the real deal, real authentic biological melanin from human beings. This is the only type of melanin strong enough or potent enough to satisfy their AI ambitions, to satisfy their technological needs. And after I posted that video, when I was looking in the comment section, I noticed a lot of people bring up Memphis. There was a lot of people bringing up how Elon Musk is building this supercomputer in Memphis, Tennessee. And it got me thinking, there is a lot of melanin in Memphis, Tennessee. So I wanted to make this video today to bring awareness that melanin extraction is a real thing, and why the people of Memphis, Tennessee should be worried about it, and why other people who live around these data centers should be worried about it. So let's get into it. Let's start with a question. Now you have to ask yourself, why would Elon Musk, the richest man on planet Earth, build a godlike computer, not in Silicon Valley, not in a global tech capital, but in Memphis, Tennessee, a city that is not known for tech, but a city that is more known for poverty, for struggle, for soul, a city that is nearly 70% black? That's a lot of melanin. And what if I told you that this choice wasn't random? And what if I told you that this was not about geography? But what if I told you this decision to build these AI facilities, or this one particular AI facility in Memphis, Tennessee, was a decision based on biology? What if he needed access to the melanin? Now, I am aware that a lot of people don't realize that melanin extraction is a real thing and has been a real thing for at least 100 years. You can Google it. In the 1920s, a man named William J. Young published a paper about melanin extraction that I don't think a lot of people have seen. But in these papers, he described how he extracted melanin, real biologically sourced melanin, from human skin, specifically aboriginal skin, and he proved it could be chemically isolated, stored, and repurposed. And
we're going to continue with him, but I need to stop him right there because I need you to understand, if you don't remember your history, you are doomed as Biden had said. Not that I'm a Republican or a Democrat, but you are doomed. America is doomed. You're doomed to repeat it, right? In history, in slavery, which they want us to forget about it, forget about it, forget about it already. We're tired of hearing it. It's your pity party. Stop having your pity party already. Forget about it. But remember, they executed all the Jews in Hitler. Remember that? Remember the Holocaust. But forget about slavery already. Why? Did you know they stuffed couches with the hair of slaves? They made wallets and shoes from the skin of slaves. Yeah, that was their hot leather shoes. That was their trending items, slave skin. Do you know they make chairs and just decorative items with slave skins and body parts and teeth? Do you know George Washington didn't have wooden teeth like they taught us in school? George Washington was losing his teeth. He couldn't get dentures or implants, like a sister's waiting for her, He didn't have wooden teeth. But they told you that, didn't they? I need your thumbs up. We're going to remember history, although they want you to forget it. But you on the right side of town today, baby, because I'm going to learn you something today, because we're not going to forget nothing over here. Matter of fact, our neuromelanin will not allow us to forget it. That's right, because it stores. You've heard of ancient people from Africa or the traditional learnings from Africa. They say the Akashi records. That's your melanin. That's your neuromelanin. Your book, your library, baby. So we're not going to forget about how we were lied to about George Washington have wooden teeth when they were actually teeth from his slaves that he owned. Okay? And if they didn't die to get the teeth, they were extracted from out of human people. Not human. I don't even like to use that word once I learned about the Black Laws Dictionary definition. We're not sea monsters. That's what it means in the Black Laws Dictionary. Okay? Once us, the beings, okay? Okay, beings that we are. He extracted the teeth from his slaves. And that's how they made his dentures. We're not going to forget about men. You mandingos out there. You mandingos, you better be glad if you're a mandingo in 2025. You can hold on to your Johnson. That's right. Because they used to love some mandingos, and they used to love cutting off your lower region and putting it on the mantle over their fireplaces. Oh, we're going to learn you something today. We got to remember extraction of black body parts was a real thing. It did happen in history, and it still occurs today. Not only did they decorate their homes, fill their luxury closet with, nowadays y'all have Gucci, Prada. Baby, black people wore the Gucci and the Prada. Literally. Okay? And so not only that, but the topping on the sick cake of it all. Y'all, when they said they put something on the barbecue grill, they meant they put us, our ancestors, on the grill. You feel me? They put us on the grill. You see, that's where that picnic came in. You need to look up the book, The Delectable Negro. The Delectable Negro. This book is telling you how they ate us as a delicacy. So extracting of melanin has always occurred. It's although you hear in your books and everything and through rhetoric in the streets of public opinion that black folks ain't worth the smut on the bottom of your shoe, and we are just not as smart as the rest of the folks that litter the planet, the other nations. However, in some wars, in some places, do you know what they used to do to when they were conquered people? They would eat them because they thought that, and I'm not talking about melanated people. Not being racist. This is history that you hate to hear. This is history that they didn't want your children to hear. No, well, not your children if you're melanated, their children. Because it made them feel embarrassed, ashamed. They conquered peoples and they ate them because they wanted their power, to absorb their power into them. And they thought the ultimate way to absorb their power was to eat them. That's right. That's right. It's gory. It's horrifying to even think of that, but it still occurs to this day. So, extraction of melanin has always been happening. But they have studied us to the point of they have found a way to extract the neuromelanin out the dummy head. Because you know they think we're dummy. Didn't they say that we were 2/3 human? As a matter of fact, we weren't even human, but I don't even care about being classified as a human, a sea monster. Didn't they say that we were so dumb that they had to literally teach us everything? But yet and still in 2025, they're extracting neuromelanin out of our brains to pump their supercomputers known as AI, the mother AI that Elon Musk, his computer will need. And why do you think he plopped it down in the heart of his so-called Memphis, the capital of Egypt? Let my people go. He's trying to keep you. You see, melanin remembers. That's right. We do not die. Like I've said, we multiply. Let's continue.
All this since the 1920s. I did a video about this not too long ago. It's actually pinned at the top of my profile if you want to watch that video on melanin extraction. But I believe that it is William J. Young who opened up the door to what may be one of the most hidden sciences of the past 100 years. Nobody talks about melanin extraction, but it's been happening. And I know I've talked about it before, but I just want to go over it again. I'm going to go over why they want to extract this melanin. Because I don't think people still understand. People don't understand that melanin is not just a pigment. Melanin is a superconductor. It absorbs and converts light and radiation into usable energy. It stores memory like a biological hard drive. It regulates ion flow like neurochips. And it communicates on a quantum level. And I know to some people it might seem like science fiction, but there are studies, there are reviews by scientists who have shown all these things to be true. All you got to do is go on your computer, go on Google or whatever search engine you use, and look up melanin extraction. And don't just look up like the articles, like this regular media. I'm talking about look up the research papers. That's where the information is, in the research papers. So look, getting back on topic, if AGI, artificial general intelligence, is the holy grail for big tech, if AI needs more than just data, it needs life, it needs sensation, it needs consciousness, what better substrate than melanin to you?
Welcome in, young Riz Drip King. It needs consciousness. It needs life. You know, I know some of you folks out there be hating when black women say we are the blueprint. We are the original. Right? Y'all, you got men get mad because they see this color hair when we can produce it on our own. I just happen to purchase mine. Okay, they get mad when they see black women with blonde hair and think that blonde hair comes from a Caucasian when it actually does not. We produce all the colors. We are the walking rainbow. It's facts, okay? It just happened to be facts. It's factual, actual. We are the motherboard, the blueprint. And they need our neuromelanin to bring forth what? AI, artificial intelligence, life. But it's a little deeper than that, because we already know that there are entities walking amongst us, whether they be inhabited in people's bodies. And don't worry if you're going through a spiritual challenge, what I like to call it. Because baby, if the Most High bless me, I'll smooth put my hand on you and snatch that entity and tell it to go to the hogs and the pigs and jump off the cliff. Okay? So if you're dealing with entities that have entered your body, fast and prayer. Because if you got some strong ones, that's the only way to get them out. But this ain't no game we playing down here. You see, people thought we were going to always be sleeping. I'm telling you, they dealing with some, the Most High Yah is above they pay grade. The Most High Yah is above they pay grade, baby. He was like, okay, I'm gonna let them think they gonna keep these people, my children in captivity forever long. But I put neuromelanin in their brain. I put I put the library in their head. I put the Akashi records in their head. But then you also read something in the Bible where it says he gonna write it in your heart. Okay? It's in your heart. It's in us. It's in your soul. And the ones that I know the other nations, they can get all huffy and puffy. What about us? You can cleave on. But I'm just telling you about us right now. I'm telling you why they must have us when they think they don't need us. When they say they don't need us, but they know that is not true. They cannot live without us. Do you understand? It's a fact. Just like that. 100. That's right, Drip King. Okay? Let's continue.
So here comes Elon Musk, building a supercomputer hub in the middle of the blackest, most economically abandoned cities in America. Elon calls it a neural training facility. He says it will become the brain of his AI project. What's the goal? The goal is to create a machine that can think, that can feel, and act like God. But to build a God, you need spirit. You need memory. You need pain. You need intuition. You need ancestral knowledge. And there is no synthetic chip that can replicate that. Only melanin can. So let's widen the lens back on this thing a little bit. Have you noticed how easy it is for black and brown people to just vanish, to just disappear, to just be gone and never heard from again?
Never heard from
Memphis
again.
has one of the highest missing person rates in the South. Go look. Hundreds, at least hundreds.
Didn't we just mention, what was his name? I wrote it down. Eric Darrell, missing truck driver, drove into Memphis and all his GPS, everything gone, just vanished. We got girls that up in Washington, black young ladies and some Puerto Rican girls, gone, just gone, disappeared. Where you think? Let me say this. And not just, depending on how much melanin you have, and depending on, because some people have a mixed lineage, right? We know that Hispanics and out of Mexico, there is a group of Hispanics that they don't talk about really because their skin is a little too dark. The negro. Negra. That negra, is that how they say black in Spanish? How y'all say it? Put it in the chat. That negra, it's a little too dark up in Mexico. Right? But look here. We can mix with other races, right? And sometimes your skin complexion might be a little lighter. But that don't mean that neuromelanin in your brain is light. It might be just as dark as your daddy was. You're following me? So some of them Spanish folks, that they done took, ICE done came and gathered up, and they missing because some of them haven't made it to no Gator Island, whatever that thing is called. Bodies is washing up on the shores. We got to. I know I just got to be real. I'm not trying to incite fear. I'm inciting facts. That's what I'm doing. I'm inciting facts. Okay? And I need y'all, that's right. I mean, it depends. Right. You, like I was saying, you said multicultural, Drip King. Yes. They know. Back in the day, they used to say, coming out of slavery and stuff, if you have one drop of black, you black. But these folks done got the signs down pat. They got the signs down pat. If they round up, and this is just a for instance, this is just how they say allegedly. Allegedly. For instance, this is just a hypothesis. One of my hypotheses of these people that they rounded up from ICE, but bodies is coming up. They don't. If they're looking for neuromelanin for your super AI computer, and they got this plan enacted, it's deeper than what y'all think it is, right? They just need to drill. I don't know how they extract it. But if it's in your head and they dumping bodies, could they just be extracting the melanin or drilling or testing? Because like I said, your skin complexion can look lighter. I would show you my because I got mixed race people in my family. So my cousin, that's her daughter. Her daughter would be my third cousin, I think. Yeah, don't give me the line. But she doesn't look like any of us, but she has lineage that comes from black folks. But she would look like a Mexican girl. Do you understand what I'm saying? There is a such thing that I've heard before, learning within this awakening, called confusion of face. Okay, because some people will look something other. Some people might damn near look white. Damn little look like they are straight up white. And be they daddy be black. But they came out looking white, right? All these bodies, and this is just a hypothesis of mine, so y'all just follow me. That they done raided all these places in America, still taking folks out of their homes. They still don't know where the women are at, the women and the children. And the men haven't made it to an alligator farm. You know? What are they doing with the women and the children? I can only speculate. But that, I can speculate about the women and the children. I can speculate about the men too. But when bodies are starting to wash up on shore wrapped in plastic, I'm talking about a lot of bodies. Not just like one, like the mafia might have tossed one overboard somewhere and it washed back up. No, I'm talking about 10 to 20 bodies at a time. Washing up back on shore. Could they be doing a drilling expedition? Could they be drilling for neuromelanin? They like, damn, we gonna round up folks. We need this computer to get popping. We can't just go into Memphis and start killing up all the black folks. We know they killing themselves. That's probably why another reason why he wanted Memphis too. Because that's easy access. Because they take them to the morgue, they do what they do. You not back there in the back, right? Drill, zzz, 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 get the melanin, push the body out. Or they probably use the skin for your sleeping pills, melanin sleeping pills. I'm just saying, that's just a hypothesis of mine. Why these bodies washing up? Neuromelanin. It's a conductor. It's a memory base. It's your Akashic records for some of you guys who have studied the Egyptian philosophies. It is the Most High's brilliant plan. Because one day he knew that that book would open up again and we would remember. And it boggles their mind. It boggles their mind. How are these people remembering things that they've been 400 years separated from? 400 plus years separated from. And globally, not just in the Americas, people are waking up. They're waking up globally, right? So, Ethereal, I am mentally in two places. Sometimes I am physical world mentally and sometimes spiritual world. Well, yeah, we do that, especially, yeah. You can have visions, you can do that, or you when you go to sleep, you're in the spiritual realm. But yeah, let's continue.
Hundreds are reported missing every year. Thousands over the decades. And some are never found, some are labeled runaways, but most are forgotten. And you have to ask yourself, with all the tools that the government has, surveillance, all the drones, hell, even DNA tracking, how do so many people just disappear?
Let me talk about that DNA tracking. I know it was very interesting when they came out with what is that, 21andMe and Linktree. But they came out with those labs that said, yeah, just, I don't know what they did. Send us some, swab your mouth or poke your hand and send us a little blood and we'll tell you where you're from. When that's literally impossible, what they're finding out now. They were literally, those centers were literally collecting DNA because they're steady searching high and low for the 12 tribes. Okay? Y'all put a thumbs up for that information. They still searching high and low for the 12 tribes of Israel. So they searching, and y'all happy. Oh, I'm about to find my however you say it. I'm about to find where my people come from. You ain't found nothing but the closest related relative they might know that might have some white in them, but they can't tell you the landmass that you came from. You see? So that, and all of those companies that were collecting all your DNA, you swabbing your mouth, you poking your hand, you sending it in, waiting for your paperwork to come back, you open it up. Oh, they say I'm part Igbo. Yeah, I believe they're in Nigeria, because they are oh my goodness, Igbo. That's Jew too. I'm part Irish. I'm 10% Irish. Y'all remember them tests? I'm this and I'm that. And this is the landmass. They can't tell you what landmass you come from, baby. And they was gathering DNA evidence. And some of y'all behinds, that's why you're being followed and tracked right now. Okay? Some of y'all think I'm playing. I know. She's just talking. She's just all over the place. That's why some of y'all being followed, tracked, drones in the sky. You told your family, look, I don't know, it's a star, it's a drone. I don't know if I'm they gonna send 3 wise men over to me because it's a star that's been following me. Raise your hand if that happened to you. It's a star that's been following me. Raise your hand if that's happened to you. You've been tracked, you've been followed, even if you didn't send your stuff to these particular companies. They're looking for the 12 tribes. And they want that Neuromelanin for their motherboard, their machine they want to get online. And I'm telling you, if you know anything about the spirits or disembodied spirits, meaning demons that are amongst us. You see, some are walking in people, but some are disembodied. So they're still out trying to find a home, because that's where you get in the Bible where it says the spirit, once you cast them out, you got to keep your home swept clean, meaning your body prayed up, filled with the Holy Ghost Spirit, wisdom. Okay, Keep it prayed up. Keep it clean, your vessel. Because that damn demon wandering around high and low, thirsty and hungry. Because they can't eat, taste, they can't feel sexual feelings and all of that. So they wandering around disembodied. They don't have a body. So they looking for a body. And if you cast them out with your fasting and praying, and you slack up and you start going to the strip clubs again, and you start drinking heavily again, if that's your vice, if you start sniffing it up the nose again, well, you're just dirtying up the vessel. I'm going somewhere with this. I need y'all to hold on. I told you, buckle up, hold on tight. You start dirtying up the vessel. That demon done walks high and low. He thirsty. He tired. He try to go to that person. He can't go to that person because that person surrounded by heavenly fire. He know he can't even touch that person. He looking. He said, "Let me go back to my home. Let me go see if she if she done dirtied her vessel up. She done been sleeping around. If she been fornicating. Let me go see if he been fornicating. What he been watching on the television, on his cell phone. Oh, he back watching that pornographic stuff. Let me go back home." So don't think the demons and they just out, they just in people. Some of them done got cast out because you done cast them out. Because it said in Matthews, these only go out by fasting and praying. You done cast them out, but you done slipped up. And when you slip up, baby, he been walking around the street, or she, whatever kind of demon it is. We gonna be equal over here. He been walking around the streets and the highways and byways. You done cast him out, but you done slipped up. He done met other demon friends, other worse than him. He done met other demons worse than him. And so he done matter of fact, he done met seven other demons worse than him. He tied all of them tied because them other demons got cast out too. Folks got their life together, got on the right side of the life. And you done slipped up, baby. He like, y'all come over to my mama's house. Y'all come over to my daddy's house. It's dirty. We gonna party, y'all. And it's going to be harder than the first time when you cast them out. Because now you got 7 more that came through. Because the demon done invited them in. It's party time. It's party time. So you wonder why people with addictions, right? You wonder why it's so hard for them to get over addictions. What Pookie say? It keep calling me. He wasn't the writer that wrote that in New Jack City. It keep calling me. It keep calling me. Okay? They fighting voices and urges and cravings that they can't shake. And imagine opening a door to your vessel, your home, your temple, to 7 more harder demons to cast out. You about to really work. And then imagine the Most High Yah said you can fall 7 times and get back up and, for repentance. Baby, every time you fall, you got to do it again. Let's do it again. That's what them demons be singing. Let's do it again. They waiting. This is a battle out here, y'all. So I mentioned these demons that there's disembodied demons, and there's demons that are in us, that can be in us. Even if you are so-called have given your life over, but you can fall short because it wouldn't mention it if you didn't. That's the problem. I'm gonna get back to Elon. But this just hit me and I got to say what I got to say. Okay? You can fall short. You can't have demons. See, the problem is, that's where you get them holier than thou Christians that always can't have no demons. You're filled with the Holy Ghost fire. You're filled with the Holy Ghost, and I know it says darkness and light cannot dwell in the same place. But baby, some of them folks done let the darkness take over. And they still sitting in church. That's why you got witches sitting in the church. They probably been in the church sitting there. They done had a doggone preacher come in the church. I always think it's the witch. They, you know, it's warlocks. They can walk they behind right up on that pulpit. A smooth warlock. Your grandmama and they been in the church praising God the whole time. Yeah. Just a praising. And he up there casting spells. Casting spells on the congregation. You wondering why your grandma coming home acting crazy. A warlock over the congregation now. Now she's starting in the kitchen cooking up potions. Let me stop. But I'm trying to tell you something today. These spirits is out here and they not playing with nobody. They playing for keeps. Okay? They went down, they want to take you down. But anyway, these disembodied spirits, if Elon Musk can get what the Most High Yah put in your brain as a melanated person called neuromelanin, where it keeps your records, your memories. I mean, memories from way back when. Memories from your parents. Memories. Because you are part of your lineage. You know, memories. You get the picture. If he can get enough of that to put into his motherboard, and I always said, your phones and stuff, Alexa and stuff, they already dealing with disembodied spirits, okay? But if they can get enough of that doggone neuromelanin out of melanated people's brains, and they gonna need a lot of it. But think about all the different memories. Think about all the different experiences all these different people have had. That's what's going to make it come alive. It's alive. But what's going to be the kicker, this is just my thoughts, is them incorporating the disembodied spirits with the melanin. Because this neuromelanin is just a part of a person, right? Just like a disembodied spirit can inhabit a pen, a disembodied spirit can inhabit anything, and then you wonder you got to fight. You got warfare going on. So I'm just thinking, if they get enough of this neuromelanin from all these different people's and memories, experiences, that's where the super machine, the motherboard, will come to life. And then you got entities in there, and they can just run havoc, just like when they're in your body, and you can't. It's the urges are hard to fight. To go watch your porn, to go, you know, do your whatever new drug is out there. That doggone machine is going to be a beast. But I'm thinking, I watched a lady this morning, what she said, because she was talking about melanin too. I'm going to tell y'all something what she said. Let's continue.
Many people just fall off the face of the earth, and none of this technology tracks it. Well, here's the theory. What if they're not being lost? What if these people are being collected? Which brings me to ICE. Let's talk about ICE. Now, ICE was originally designed for immigration control, but now ICE has upgraded into a militarized force that snatches people off the streets, specifically brown and black people off the streets, and it holds them in some secret, privatized detention centers with no oversight, with no accountability, and in some cases, they don't even know charges. In many cases, they just snatching innocent people off the street who ain't did nothing, and throwing them in these facilities to never be heard from again. And one of those places is Alligator Alcatraz.
That's what it's called.
Which is essentially a remote detention camp surrounded by swampland, described by lawyers and whistleblowers as a black site. The President of the United States literally said that he wanted ICE to act like an army. So we know that this machine is still active, this machine that snatches black and brown bodies off the streets. But what if the motive has changed? What if the motive has shifted? What if
Let me tell you something. I was going off the dome. Only part of this video I heard today was the first part when he was talking about the neuromelanin. But about that alligator Alcatraz and snatching folks, I'm hearing it just like you hearing it. And it blew me away. Let's continue.
Longer just about deportation. What if this is no longer just about immigration?
Come on
What
with
if
it, brother.
ICE is a front for a much darker operation?
Come on,
What
brother.
if it's to remove black and brown people from society?
Woo!
What if it's to remove black and brown people
Come
from
on with it.
society so that their melanin can be extracted? And what if they are taking this extracted melanin to essentially feed it to the machines that are going to become the next gods of the earth? Like AI said, like Elon says, there's AI to be godlike. They see
Lord.
this as God. And what if they are taking all these black and brown people off the streets so they can take our essence because they need it
Oh,
to create God?
oh my
Now imagine
goodness.
this. In a sterile Memphis facility, under biometric lockdown, scientists upload extracted melanin into an AGI matrix. And what do you know? The machine begins to feel. It dreams. It remembers. And then it screams. Because melanin is not just a molecule, it is a carrier of soul. It stores trauma. It remembers the slavery. It remembers the lash. It knows who took it. So while Elon Musk is trying to build a machine that mimics God, using the essence of black and brown people to do it, he might accidentally summon something else. I don't think this plan is going to go like how they think. I think they will inevitably summon up a ghost in the machine if they ever use real melanin that is extracted from human beings and put it in these technologies. There will be a ghost in the machine.
Oh yeah, it's already one.
And I think at
This
some
week.
time, at some point, the machine will rebel against its own programming. All right, so let's pull all this together. Elon Musk is building a godlike supercomputer in one of the blackest cities in the country. There is a century-old science that has proven that melanin can be extracted from the human skin. There is a growing number of people missing, especially from Memphis, Tennessee, and many of them are black and brown. There is a militarized immigration force that literally snatches the bodies of black and brown people off the streets. And they don't always tell people where they take them. They don't always tell us what happens to the people that they take. And there is a race to build AI, to build AGI that feels alive. The one element that they need, that they can't fake, that they can't synthesize, is melanin. That's the one thing that they need, but they don't have. So at a certain point, we have to ask ourselves, are we looking at a new kind of slavery? A weird type of technological
the worst kind of
cannibalism,
slavery.
where the bodies of the oppressed become fuel for the machines
Oh
of
my
the elite.
God.
Because if
Oh my
melanin is
God.
the most valuable asset of the AI age,
Oh my
then
God.
black and brown people are walking resources. And these big tech companies are so
Lord.
desperate to evolve their AI. I think Elon Musk is so desperate to evolve his AI into AGI that I think they will be willing to accomplish their goals by any means necessary, even if that means extracting melanin from human beings.
Oh, Lord.
All right, so look, yesterday,
Oh my God. I don't know if y'all understand. How horrible that would be for your essence to be trapped in a machine. Oh my goodness. Some people think it's cool about these memory things that they can put on. They even got them out now that they can implant on the side of your head and remember your telephone. That's so damn stupid. I'm sorry. I be trying not to cuss y'all. Y'all pray for me. I don't really cuss, y'all. I don't. I only cuss when I get upset. But damn ain't a cuss word, I don't think. It's in the Bible. Just stupid stuff. You want to put something on the side of your head to remember. You better, if your memory going bad, you better get a piece of paper and a pen. Y'all, to put somebody's essence in a machine, to trap their very essence, to do your diabolical bidding is atrocious. I mean, that, baby, woo, it won't be water, but fire next time. Because it's going to take fire from them ships to come down out the sky, because they up there. It's going to take fire if they get that off the ground, because you put my people's essence in. This is spirit. You know, I know they saying they trying to compare America to being Egypt because of all the land sites and stuff. But when I was learning about waking up, and they said this is spiritual Egypt, just the thought of thinking about just getting all these black and brown people and getting all their neuromelanin. Just think about the worst prompt you can put into AI. Okay, you know how they prompt and they making all these commercials with black folks, and they making all kind of prompts. But just think about the worst updated spiritual but twisted version of the Hebrews being enslaved in Egypt, in Memphis, Tennessee, but on a higher level of a beast of a burden machine that they are trapped in. Moses can't knock on the door of Pharaoh's palace and be invited in and throw his staff down and say, "Let my people go." Now this time they trying to take they trying to take your very essence, our people's very essence, because they know the time is up. And they trying to put it in a machine where the machine probably wouldn't even open the door. You knock on the door. I am Moses 2035. And I come to talk to the motherboard AI. They probably send some robot dogs out to nibble on your legs, drag you to pieces with these robot beings that they create. You ain't getting to talk to no motherboard. And the people, the Most High's people, their essence is trapped in this machine, the motherboard. Can nobody say, "Let my people go"? It's a mad scientist project in and of itself. When I say diabolical, I mean diabolical. They trying to stay alive. They trying to stay alive. They trying to stay alive, and they need us to do it. And they got to put as many of us that they can capture into this machine. And y'all gonna run to it. That's why I said I had to eat humble pie. I don't want to write no book. I don't want to give no prompts. As much as I can, stay off of AI. I don't want to prompt an AI to do nothing. I don't want to give it no more life than I have when I call and talk to that doggone phone company, telling them I need an extension. You heard me? I need an extension. A sister out here struggling right now. The economy ain't, it ain't popping like it was a couple of years ago for a sister. I need an extension. I don't even want to talk to that doggone AI. But we already tapped in. But baby, I tell you this much. It can't get no more information from me because it ain't gonna have my people. That's like pergamy. What is that called? Pergamy? Somebody help me out. It's like pergamy where people are trapped in a state of not being at rest. You know what I'm saying? Because death is just sleep, and you're sleeping. You're waiting for the end of the cycle. You're waiting for the judgment. You want to wake up on the first resurrection, mind you. You don't want to die twice. But just imagine you wait. We don't know. We know we close to the end of the battle. After the battle of Armageddon, we know we close to all of that. But baby, if they got that AI off the ground, the motherboard that's in Memphis, that is that's like a slavery. It's above me. I can't even think of the words to express to y'all the magnitude of what kind of lockdown that would be for your essence to be continuously working. There's no rest. In death, you rest until your judgment day. But in that type of them owning, y'all, let's continue. Because that just do something to me. Oh my goodness. Let's hear about Elon Musk.
As a community, we're trying to reach out to people and understand what is XAI. He built it without us even knowing that it was being built. We had to watch this over X or Twitter. Brent Mayo, Elon Musk would tweet often about where they were in the progress, how fast things were moving.
To train an AI system, a data center requires an enormous amount of electricity. The question was, where would the power come from?
Most companies, when they come to the city of Memphis, they plug into our power grid. That's what you think would happen. Why would this be any different? Unfortunately, we learned because it is a billionaire's corporation, it would be a lot different.
XAI made a deal with the local electric company for 150 megawatts of power and agreed to build a new substation to help meet that demand. But Musk's ambitious plans suggested he would need much more power than that, and fast. Soon, people started to notice some unusual structures outside the facility.
I drove out there, and the first thing I did was hear the turbines. You can smell it as well. Such a disturbingly unique smell.
From the road, Keyshawn and others could see a row of machines that are typically only used for remote or emergency operations. Mobile gas turbines.
I have never seen portable turbines used like this.
Patrick Anderson works on air quality cases for the Southern Environmental Law Center.
We know that these kinds of generators require air permits. And so right off the bat, we started filing records requests with the local Shelby County Health Department. Do you have an air permit application from XAI? And they came back and basically said, no, we have nothing to hand over. We also filed records requests with EPA to see what they had. They also did not have details on what is on the ground out there. Nobody from the regulatory side, the health department, the city, EPA, has told the public or us really one iota of what's actually operating out there.
To figure that out, Patrick and his team hired a photographer to capture the data center from above. The images revealed far more turbines than anyone knew about. 35.
I couldn't believe it. I was absolutely stunned. How do we not know about this?
According to XAI leadership, the turbines are not being used and are not connected.
Under pressure, XAI claimed it was using less than half of those turbines.
I've talked to the XAI leadership team. There are 35, but there are only 15 that are owned. The other ones are stored on the site.
Well, first off, these are expensive. There's a turbine shortage nationally. You don't obtain these turbines and put them on site if you're not intending to operate them.
So Patrick and his team sent the photographer back out with a high-end thermal camera.
What we saw is 33 of the 35 were very clearly operating.
The turbines were capable of generating about 420 megawatts of electricity, enough to power around 300,000 homes.
They built a power plant out there. And they've done it overnight, no air pollution controls, quick and dirty, no permit.
I mean, what you've done with the cluster A in Memphis is incredible, just in a handful of weeks.
Any given thing can be sped up.
Yeah.
Like whatever the speed is being done, it can be done faster.
Yes. That's the
As a
devil.
community, we're trying to
That's the
reach out to
devil.
people.
I'm trying to tell you, that's the seed of the devil. That, man. Okay, let's continue. So y'all get it? Do y'all understand? Are y'all comprehending? AI is going. I mean, we haven't seen the worst stuff. I mean, baby, this is worse than Terminator, the movie Terminator. Y'all remember that movie? This is worse than Terminator. Oh Lord, we'd be fighting ourselves if they put AI not only in the motherboard, but if they put the essence, the neuromelanin from black people, brown people, we'd be fighting our damn selves like we fight each other. Now, we hear about black on black crime, which there's no such thing as black. It's proximity. But baby, if they put neuromelanin in them machines and robots, that's top of the line black on black crime. Top of the line. What I see about these turbines that they have put out there, Martin, are you spamming my chat? You know what happened to your ranch. Don't spam my chat no more with that question. Those turbines without that permission, without permits and just throwing stuff up in neighbor, they wouldn't have threw it up in Beverly Hills. Huh? You heard me. They wouldn't have threw those turbines up in Beverly Hills, would they? No, they would not. Not only do I believe the disappearance that are happening in Memphis is because they're harvesting neuromelanin. That's just my thoughts, allegedly. Allegedly. But with the pollution of the air and the air quality going bad, that's just going to speed up people who are already having health issues. That's just going to send them straight on to the morgue. Well, to the morgue, yeah, so they can cover up when they're in the morgue extracting that neuromelanin, you know? Extracting the neuromelanin, right? This is heinous in and of itself. Okay? Let's hear what this lady has to say.
In Memphis, Tennessee, Elon Musk's artificial intelligence company, XAI, opened a massive data center known as Colossus last year.
Colossus.
The facility is next to historically black neighborhoods and runs on 35 methane gas-powered turbine generators, which emit significant amounts of nitrogen oxide and other toxic chemicals.
Elon Musk is polluting the air of Tennesseans. He is continuing and perpetuating environmental racism and environmental degradation in our community. This project is an application for 15.
Yes, we know.
Gas turbines, but we know today that they have 35 turbines, and yesterday a report showed 33 of those in operation, despite the fact that the mayor of Memphis said only 15 of them were being used, because that's what XAI had told him. They are liars, they are abusing our community, and they're exploiting us, and it's having horrible ramifications. 17.
Yes, okay, so we know that already. So the motherboard is actually called Colosso, okay? So I got that name. Colosso. So guys, I wanted to come to talk to you guys about AI, about neuromelanin. What is neuromelanin? Oh my goodness, you're gonna have to go back and rewind. Neuromelanin is found, I'll give you a brief synopsis, brief summary. It's found only in black people. We generate neuromelanin. It's almost like what a plant would do with photosynthesis, right? So once we're out in the sun, we take the sunlight in through our melanin, it processes it, it goes up to our brain, and it is a conductor of neuromelanin. Our brain conducts neuromelanin. Okay, and so Elon Musk needs neuromelanin to power his colossal AI, the motherboard. Okay, and it's called Colosso. It almost makes me think about the fallen angels, how they came down and illegally broke contracts and saw the daughters of men and took upon them wives, right? He's illegally going into a community and doing what he wants in that community without permits, without the proper, you can't just go be breaking contracts. And I mean, you cannot even do that in the spiritual aspect of society if you worship the Most High Yah. Once you break spiritual laws, there's a ramification for that, just like you break laws here in this realm. And so it reminds me almost in a way of the giants coming down, breaking those spiritual laws and having relationships with the daughters of men and birthing colossal giants. Get it? Colossal beings. Baby, they trying to bring back, what did Most I say? You will know the time is near when it is of the days of Noah. I used to do an episode on that. I used to have a series about the days of Noah. You will know the times is near when things are happening such as it happened in Noah's time. In Noah's times, okay? And Colosso, he trying to bring back a giant, but a giant through metals and through machinery, but using the essence of the already Good googly moogly. The essence, the neuromelanin of people that have already gone through so much oppression, you know, racism, degradation, and you want to take that and still use it? You don't want these people to rest? Come on now. Come on now. That's sick. That is sick. You know? I think I know what you're talking about. There are called Titans too. Yeah, I used to watch, I believe that's more of Greek mythology, the Titans, Battle of the Titans, and things of that nature, with Medusa and all of that. Yes, guys. Oh my goodness. I hope you guys enjoyed this information. I appreciate you getting a thumbs up. And yeah, they're trying to get the neuromelanin to power AI, the mothership. Elon Musk's mothership, entrap the essence of enslaved African Americans in their history. And when I say enslaved, because their history lies in the neuromelanin, your Akashic records, for those who understand the Egyptian philosophies, okay? The Most High Yah knew what he was doing. Okay, he put an internal time clock in us. That's what we're going through, this spiritual awakening now. And these diabolical beings are still trying to keep us locked down, to keep them having access to us, access to this realm, and they fighting tooth and nails not to go. All right, guys, I am out, and much, much love.